Now, the red rain phenomena is picking up public interest, with several scientific opinions being offered to explain the strange occurrence. Astrobiologist Professor Richard B. Hoover says that if comet debris can be found in the red rains experienced recently in Sri Lanka, then there is a possibility that the microorganisms which may have caused the colouring could be extraterrestrial in nature. However, in an exclusive interview with News First, Professor Hoover noted that when researching this phenomena, scientists must maintain an open mind.
Professor Richard B. Hoover, who is a visiting lecturer at the Buckingham Centre for Astrobiology in the United Kingdom, is also an expert who has worked on several research projects for the American Space Agency, NASA. Professor Hoover also helped establish an astrobiology team affiliated to NASA to research and study microorganism fossils in 1996.
Algae called Chlamydomonas nivalis, and that green algae forms spores that are bright red in color. And I would go to my snowbank every day and collect these samples of the red snow algae. But when you bring them out of the spore state and they come back into their normal state, they are bright green in color. But it may be that if there were fireballs and carbonaceous chondrites associated with this recent falls of red rain, that these could be the remains of cometary debris, and so they may be bringing in actual viable microorganisms.
Meanwhile, in a recent interview with News First, Professor Godfrey Louise of the Cochin Science and Technology University said the microorganism found in red rain was not a type of algae.
Some say that this is an algae species. According to our researchers, we see this a special microbial species. It has been a special biochemical composition. We need the assistance of other scientists.
Professor Hoover says it is very important that meteorites, which fell to Earth recently in Sri Lanka, are all closely examined.
I can think of no reason whatsoever why microorganisms such as cyanobacteria, diatoms, euglena, and other kinds of and bacteria could not, in fact, live on and in water pockets within comets. Meteorites that had recently fallen in Sri Lanka. That is the most tremendously exciting aspect of this. If there were, in fact, meteorites that fell, it would be very, very important to quickly study these meteorites. But I will say this, it is the role of scientists to thoroughly investigate phenomena associated with the natural world. We should do those investigations with an entirely open mind. However, if you had what is called a Del 13C of minus 20 or minus 30 or minus 40, that would be absolute, clear, and convincing proof that these were biological remains that were extraterrestrial in nature and origin.